So I'm Claus Møldrup, and I'm the CEO of Drugstars. The collaborations we had with Robin Daniels was basically that we wanted to have some kick in the ass on what is the why of our company. Where are we going? I mean, as a founder, you usually get sucked up in everyday operations, but suddenly we just wanted to get back on track on the moonshots that we are looking for, and he really helped us on that. Well, first of all, money is always talking, but on the other hand, I did really feel that the ideas of getting the collaborative to really work and getting the people that has been founders before into the business, I actually feel genuine, and that's why we choose you.